It's late August in San Francisco, and it's the third event of 5 from Tri-California for Pro Triathlon. The San Francisco Triathlon at Alcatraz is going to be a rematch between Ben Collins and Steve Sexton. They went head-to-head at the San Francisco Triathlon at Treasure Island, with Ben Collins soloing off the front for the win. Steve Sexton came in a close second. Both men have traveled and raced in Europe since that event, and both men will now going to have to challenge themselves at an individual competition. That race was a draft legal event, so people could ride in packs. This race is a solo event. It's a time trial. And not only that, but it's a very difficult time trial. In this race, you've got incredibly big hills. You've got wind. You've got the chop of the swim from Alcatraz. And the key to winning this race is going to be to maintain one's momentum. Every time you go up that hill, every time you swim into that chop, every time you ride into the wind, it slows you down. The athlete who's going to be able to maintain their momentum through all of those speed bumps is going to be the athlete that's going to win this race. Now, in addition to Sexton and Collins, you have athletes like Nick Thompson, Tommy Zaferis, as well as Kevin Everett, who also could be a very strong contender in this event. On the women's side, Melanie McQuaid is coming off a very, very solid season with multiple victories. Her biggest challenger, the winner at Treasure Island, Tennille Hoogland. One of the unique elements of this event is that the professional women begin with the professional men. That means that a woman can beat a man out of the water, on the bike, or even for the entire race. Super swimmer Amanda Stevens is most likely going to beat some of the men out of the water, but look to the win to go to either Melanie McQuaid or Tennille Hoogland. Both of them have had wins this year, both of them look great, and expect one of them to win the race. Also, dark horse is Julia Grant. All the way from New Zealand. She's young, she was 7th at Wildflower this year, and who knows when her breakthrough could come, and it could come today.
Well, I did a 70.3 in Calgary, and that was a phenomenal experience. I had so much fun out there. It's I think that this race is more like a 70.3 in the way that, well, obviously it's a not drafting race, but it's, again, you're out there on your own. It's all about you, rather than the strategy of other people. And it was an eye-opener experience, the 70.3, also about nutrition and how important that will be. And I think, again, in this race, it'll be the same thing.
Well, I think that the windy weather is definitely going to suit Amanda Stevens, and she's just swimming phenomenal right now. I'm sure with the men's field out with us, she's going to have a lot of really strong people to work with, and giving her all the time in the swim and giving me half the time for bike run is definitely not going to work to my advantage, because I mean, if I really have a terrible swim, I could lose 5 minutes out there. So I lost, I want to say 3 minutes in Lake Stevens, and I'm actually better without a wetsuit. So I'm really concerned with just how amazing a swimmer she is. But that being said, if it's windy and terrible and hard, then that just suits me as soon as we get on the bike. So I think it'll be, I'll be chasing no matter what, whoever is out there. So I'll just have to redline as soon as I get out of the water.
The last race I did was Calgary 70.3, which was probably about 4 weeks ago. I finished 6th overall. I made some nutrition mistakes on the bike and paid for it in the run, but I'm pretty inexperienced at that distance, so I just wanted to get another race in before Clearwater. I did, the sand ladder worries me a little bit. I practiced on that, I fell a few times, so it is pretty difficult. But I'm just looking forward to it. It's going to be a hard day, and hopefully everything works out.
This race is going to be completely different from that one. That one had calm waters, easy to sight buoys. This swim is going to be a real strength swim with choppy water. Sighting is going to be really important here. Of course, on the bike, you're not going to be able to draft in this race, and I think the wind will be a bit of an issue. That bike course is pretty flat. This one will be hilly and have some technical aspects to it. And there was no sand on the run course in Kelowna, so this one will be much more of a strength race, I think, than that one in Kelowna was.
My best strength would be that I'm all around right now. I feel like I'm fit in all 3 sports. I don't necessarily have a strength right now, but I don't have a weakness, and that's going to be an asset tomorrow. If I could win one race, it would be the San Francisco Triathlon at Alcatraz.
I'm riding a disc wheel for the first time, and so the technical descents, I am not exactly sure how those will go, if it's any different, but no, I don't think there's any one point. The sand ladder is going to be hard. Without that extra mile of running on the sand to kind of recover from the hard downhill in the single track, It might come a little bit more abruptly, though, you know, when I did this race in '08, I had the fastest sand ladder split, so maybe I can do that again tomorrow.